What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about the new weekly challenges in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Are they worth you guys grinding? Are they not worth you guys grinding? Those types of things. Am I a fan of them? Am I not a fan of them? Now, I think we got to start with, what they are. So, the Perfection Rookie, Perfection Pro, the Perfection All-Star. Okay, at the end of it, you do get a Legend badge. Do I like Legend badges? I think they have some value, right, at this stage. Get a Hall of Fame badge option pack as well. But in the middle, there's a 92 overall premium pack. I mean, look, a diamond at this stage is just a yikes. I just don't get why 2K is giving us diamonds at this stage. But let's take a look. Perfection Rookie, what do the challenges look like? Well, win a game by 5 points or more, okay? Score 4 points in the paint and shoot 100% field goal with a player in a game, okay? And make 2 3-pointers and shoot 100% three-point percentage in a game. These got to be the easiest challenges I've ever seen. And again, if you want to combine those challenges in the NBA playoff spotlight, I think you could. Like, I genuinely think you could. So this is on semi-pro difficulty. So again, I'm not going to grind out all of these spotlights, but I want you guys to see on semi-pro difficulty how easy this should be. And again, it should not be something that's super difficult. Now, one thing I would encourage you guys to do while you're grinding this out, and again, I want to grind this out so I can see what the next challenges do indeed look like. But once you do knock down the 2 3-pointers with Brandon Roy, stop shooting with them. Once you get the 2 points in the paint with or 4 points in the paint with somebody else, stop shooting with them, right? Like, don't risk it. Once you get a challenge done, just stop shooting with the player. You got 3 players for a reason. Just stop shooting with them. So Wemby made that. Once I make one more with Wemby, I'm going to be done shooting with him as well. Now, again, it's all just about combining things, right? And so I think it's important, whether you do this in breakout, whether you do this in the triple threat game, get rewarded for playing the game. Like, it is something that I have always felt, strongly about, is getting rewarded as you do play the game. Now, I miss with Brandon Roy. So what does that mean? Well, that means I got to try it with Robert Covington now, because different players you can obviously do different things with. My Wemby points in the paint still can happen, though. So I'm still in business as long as I don't miss with Robert Covington. If I miss a shot with Covington, well, then guess what? The 3-pointers are not going to happen in this game. But the nice part about it is now I can just shoot with Brandon Roy whenever I want and not have to worry about missing with the card. So that, I guess, is the nice part about it. Do I wish I wouldn't have missed? Yeah, I mean, I wish I was still perfect with Covington, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I missed. Never mind. Covington, 2 of 2 from 3. So that challenge is done. If I get one more bucket in the paint with Wemby, his challenge will be done as well. And then we'll just be able to shoot with, Brandon Roy from there on out and be in absolute business. So again, as far as are these challenges hard? They're what you make of them. I don't think these challenges are going to be super hard, especially, again, if you know what you guys are doing at the end of it. So basically 8 points away now from completing this challenge. And in 5 minutes, okay, as long as I win this game by 5 or more, in 5 minutes, I'll add a free Hall of Fame badge to the collection. I personally, and this is me, don't think you can complain about that. Like, again, I don't love the 92 overall premium, but in 5 minutes, I'm going to get a Hall of Fame badge pack to add to my collection. Now, again, Hall of Famers have lost some value. They have over the course of time, but there's still value in Hall of Fame badges. Like, sure, it's not as much as it once was, but they still do hold some value. So as far as even if the next challenges get harder and harder and you don't want to grind them out, guess what? You don't have to. But as far as this first challenge is concerned, within 5 minutes, guys, I'm going to have it done. So it's sure, there's things obviously that I think you can obviously complain about, but for me, I don't think it's worth complaining about. The fact that, guess what? On my main account, I'm going to get a Hall of Fame badge. Who's it going to go on? Probably, I would guess Robert Covington. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll put it on like somebody else. It depends what badge I get. But boom, within 5 minutes, not only did I, I'm diamonds here, by the way, in case you forgot, but not only did I get a game in, I'm leveling up, getting a step closer to level 40, which I need to do, but I got all the challenges done in a Hall of Fame badge option pack, again, within 5 minutes of playing the game. And I can't emphasize that enough, right? Quick challenges that are easy, I think, are so important for the community, and something that I feel like isn't talked about enough. Like, sure, there's a time and place for difficult challenges in my team. There is, like, obviously there needs to be some competitive type challenges, but there also needs to be challenges like this where the average Joe can get it done without, it taking forever, and so I get both sides of it, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't love these badges. I mean, I'll take another bailout. I don't know. I don't love the badges I got from it, but I'll take it. Now, why did I really want to grind those out? Because I wanted to see what the Perfection Pro challenges look like. Score 8 points in the paint and shoot 100% with field goal. Easy. 4 3-pointers and shoot 100%. Oof, that might be a little more difficult. Win a game by 10 points or more. Again, not super difficult challenges, but not super easy, okay? Because you got to make 4 3-pointers with the player without missing. I mean, that's quite a bit more difficult than, the original challenge. So it is something to obviously think about. Like, are these challenges going to be easy or not? Well, this one is going to be a little more difficult, I do believe. But I still don't think it's going to be tough. So honestly, I think within 30 minutes to an hour, you should be able to get a legend badge to add to your collection. And is it worth it? I think it is. I genuinely think it is. So even for me, am I going to grind out all of these, playoff challenges? No, I'm not. It's just the way it is. But I do think it could be worth your time because it is on semi-pro difficulty and it's super easy to do. So it's something today that 2K did put in the game. And like I said, if you want to grind these out in Breakout, by all means do it. The problem for me is right now in Breakout, it's all-star difficulty, and it's going to be a lot more difficult on all-star difficulty to get it done than on semi-pro. On pro difficulty, I probably could get it done, and so I guess I'll hop into another game and try out. But again, for you guys, definitely do it on semi-pro difficulty. Load into those challenges, do it on semi-pro difficulty. Don't make it more difficult than it ultimately does have to be. Now, again, the main test here, the main difficult part of this is making 4 3-pointers basically in a row without missing. That is by far and away the most difficult part of this thing, but it's doable. And so that's the one thing I want to make sure I hit on is it is definitely a doable challenge for you guys. So definitely take the time today, load up. And again, if you're grinding those all-star challenge, or not all-star, the playoff challenges out, you could easily grind these while doing that. It's not going to be super difficult to do. But again, do it on semi-pro difficulty. Otherwise, it could be just slightly more difficult than it needs to be. But even, if you don't get it done in the first game, who cares? Like, if it takes you a couple of games, it's fine. It's not the end of the world if you have to load into a couple of games to obviously get this thing done. Obviously, the quicker you get it done, the better off you're going to be. But I'm just telling you, it's not the end of the world, even if you don't get it done in your first couple of games. So that's kind of what I'm going to continue to grind throughout today. Hopefully this Robert Covington does not miss. Hopefully I can, get this 4 3s with Covington in this game alone. That would be absolutely fire. But never know. Probably won't. I'll probably miss by the end of this. But I do like these challenges today. I do. There's times to complain about the game, but these challenges I think are solid for the average person that does load up this game. So that's going to wrap it up for me. I wish, if there was one thing I was going to complain about today, I wish you wouldn't have to make 4 3s in a row because I know the last challenge is going to be more difficult. And with the way this game works, it's tough to make like multiple shots in a row on this game. Like it is. I just did it with Covington, but it is not necessarily the most easy thing to do. And so that's maybe if there was one thing I'm going to complain about, that would probably be the thing to complain about. But for me, obviously at this stage, like I can't get the 4 buckets with Wemby, so I'm just going to knock down some points with Brandon Roy, win by 10 points. And in our next game, we'll have to go and get the points in the paint with Wemby. But these challenges, relatively easy to do. I can't hate on it a whole ton. Let me know your thoughts on these challenges. Is it something that you guys are going to grind out or not? Let me know. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.